What up, Eagles gang? It's time for the Chip Kelly Q&A. Dun, 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 dun. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all. Alright, been a lot of talk about Chip Kelly, you know what I'm saying? So, last night I put on my Eagles page, Facebook, Twitter, you know what I mean? Chip Kelly Q&A, ask me any question you want about Chip Kelly, and I answer in my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? Last night they flooded me with a bunch of questions, so this Q&A might be broke down into two. But let me just get right into it, man. First question from Aunt Pagan. Do you like Chip Kelly or Andy Reid better as the Eagles head coach? I gotta say Reid, man. But that's in all fairness to Chip, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a part of the whole Andy Reid era, man. So, I've been around for the NFC Championship games, the Super Bowl, and everything. But just based on like Andy Reid was kind of like an asshole to the media. Like, he was like reluctant to tell the media anything. Chip Kelly is more so like, he tells a lot of lies and everything like that. And people find out facts about him and he just deny them. But as far as a coach, man, Andy Reid, man, I gotta go with Reid. He was the players' coach, you know what I'm saying? He got along with his players. Players loved him. You know what I'm saying? They rallied around him and they had a lot of success under Andy Reid. Y'all hear about the stories like that the players tell. A lot of them be gone or they get released or they get traded and they come up with these stories. But you know what I like to say, man? If a lot of people saying the same thing about you, then this shit is just true. Ain't no reason to even deny it. But I gotta pick Andy Reid for that one. Isaiah Blue 81. Where do you think Chip Kelly is headed after this season? I gotta say, man, honestly, the only thing left for Chip Kelly to prove to me is if a mobile quarterback is really what's going to make his offense successful. You know what I'm saying? So if we can get like Colin Kaepernick here, then you can test that mobile QB theory. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, but if this season turns out to be way worse than it already is, man, I don't know. I think Lurie gonna pull the plug, man. But I think Chip gonna go back to college, or if we can work out that, first round pick for Chip Kelly and get something for him instead of just firing him, he might end up in Tennessee, man. Rumors like that come about, but they make sense. You know what I'm saying? Go coach Mariota. But honestly, in my honest opinion, I think he'll be here next year. I think he'll be our coach next year. Nick LaLoya. Oh, he said meanwhile Sixers get their first one. Okay, the answer. Do you think Chip should have tried the best he could to get Mariota, giving up a lot? Honestly, man, there's only so far a quarterback can get you. A mobile quarterback can get you in the offense. And like, it's not like bringing a mobile QB here will automatically solve all our problems. Because when teams decide to key on the mobile quarterback and put a spy on him, and you really don't have no counter. That's the problem with Chip Kelly. He doesn't really have a counter when teams already got his game plan down pat. So having a mobile quarterback, it changes a little bit. Now, granted, Mariota and Chip played together in college, so they got that chemistry. But should he had did everything he could by giving up a lot? I don't think so, man. Like but then again, at the same time, our draft pick's not really panning out anyway. So honestly, to tell you the truth, if that was gonna be his guy, yeah, I say give up whatever you got to get him here. And if it blow up in your face, it blow up in your face. We're gonna be fans regardless. We're gonna watch him regardless, even if we don't have a pick in the damn draft. You know what I'm saying? So I really think he should have did what he had to do to get Mariota if that's really the guy he needed or wanted. Um, East Coast Nick, why do you believe in Chip Kelly or why don't you? Honestly, man, I don't believe in Chip Kelly because he puts this persona out there that like he's just set in his ways. And it ain't even that I don't even believe in him. This was a long time coming. Like if you scroll down, you see the video where I did after the San Francisco game. He's just like either he can't adjust to NFL level defenses or he never got the quarterback he wanted. So he's not opening his playbook. And that might sound weird to some people, but I really think that the fact that Chip Kelly doesn't have the quarterback he needs to run his type offense, I believe he kept his playbook under wraps and not exposed it to the NFL. Just in case he gets another head coaching job and he's coaching like a mobile quarterback, like say he goes to Tennessee, then you'll see a whole different type offense because he has his mobile quarterback that can run it. So I really think that not having his mobile QB theory played a lot into him covering up his playbook and just running this basic predictable offense, trying to get away with it. So I really don't believe in him anymore because he hasn't shown me anything where like he can beat great teams, he can adjust to NFL defenses that come with a good game plan against him. And like he's just stubborn. Like he's really an enigma. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't really let you know too much, and then when he does open his mouth, it's like he doesn't really say much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for all of these analysts, all of these experts, all of these sports figures to be saying, okay, why are you doing this when this is clearly this player's strong point? Why are you not doing this when you should be? Like, these are guys who watched NFL games for years, for decades. You know what I'm saying? So if they're saying things and you're just constantly running out there doing the same thing, either you're covering up your playbook or you really can't coach in the NFL against good defenses and you can't make the proper adjustments so your team and your offense can succeed. So that's really why I stopped believing in him. And I seen that in the San Francisco game last year. The offense just looked like dead ducks. Like everything was predictable. They knew everything we were going to do. Like, and honestly, this year it's the same thing. When you got a good team that's good defense that's game planning against us, like we just see the same things. Same things going, like it's nothing different about it. So I stopped believing in him. I started getting to that point last year. So that's probably why, man, because he's not coaching good. I mean, and it's been a long time coming for me. But okay, Smack. Do you like the idea of Chip being shipped out for a first round draft pick and bringing in Sean Payton as our coach, and Howie Roseman comes back from his promotion? And you say we believe Green love the picks. Keep posting. First of all, thanks a lot, man. I definitely will do that. Sean Payton probably won't leave the Saints, but if we could get him, yeah, I'm all for trading Chip for a first round pick because I don't think we're going to get the mobile quarterback we need here to run his proper offense. So I really don't think he's opening up his playbook to expose it to the NFL and then try to go coach another team and they know how to game plan against him and his mobile QB if he finally does get one. But I'm all for that. Like, I mean, send us the first rounder. And I know it seems like, a lot of people giving up on Chip. Like, I've been studying these game films and everything since last year. So it's not just me having an attitude because we losing or none of that. Like, I've been watching how he game plans and how he coaches, and it seems like he's just a one-trick pony. So I'm all for that, man. Like, get a first-round pick for him, send him to Tennessee to coach Mariota, and watch how his offense changes. And then a lot of people will see that he kept a lot of his plays secret in his playbook because he didn't have his guy. So I'm all for that, man. If we can get Sean Payton, if New Orleans lets him go, I'm all for that too. You know what I mean? I'm all for any coach that's NFL, that has NFL coaching etiquette. You know what I'm saying? It seems like chicks still got that college mentality. and everybody already found ways to shut that down. So I'm all for that. Give us a first round pick for Chip Kelly and put Howie Roseman back at GM. Yeah. Um. Isaiah Blue asked me another question. He said, if Chip stays, do you think it would be a good idea for him to target Kaepernick during the off season? Absolutely. Cause I mean I just I just stated it, but short and sweet and straight to the point. Kaepernick is a vet. I don't think we have time to bring a rookie mobile quarterback in and let him learn the ropes and everything. Cause I think that could go south quick. It's better to bring a veteran in here that's mobile. That way he can adapt to the playbook a little bit easier and a little bit quicker, and you can really test that mobile QB theory. So I'm all if he stays, yeah, I think it would be a good idea. Cause much as he denies it, you need that mobile quarterback. So I mean, that's a no-brainer. Andrew Moticha, do you believe in Chip's offense scheme with the weapons we have? No. I tried to, but no. This offense is too inexperienced, and he's not really doing anything with it. Like, he has so many weapons, and sometimes it's hard to spread the ball around when you have so many weapons. But at the same time, you can't really call inexperienced receivers weapons because they haven't made their mark in the NFL yet. So, I mean, I don't believe in his offensive scheme no more. I mean, if he was unloading all of those trick plays and everything in the playbook, and maybe he had his mobile quarterback, I would have a little bit more patience to trust the process. But I don't know. I think Chip is not, and it's not that he even can't. I don't think he will expose his whole playbook without the type quarterback he needs. So I don't really believe in his offensive scheme. It's predictable. It's easy to game plan against, and it's borderline pathetic, like how gut-wrenching it is to actually watch our offense, from the drop balls to the miscommunications to the predictable plays to the bad offensive line, like all kinds of stuff, man. So I really don't believe in his offensive scheme no more. I think by now he should have had some NFL adaptation and changed a few things up. But he's just stubborn like that. So I don't really believe in his scheme anymore. Andrew B 1234. Do you think that Chip Kelly's offensive scheme takes a toll on our players? Like puts them out of energy? Also, what's your opinion on Chip should stay or not? Honestly, I think Chip should just go now, and at least if we tank the rest of the year with an interim coach, it's understandable that we was gunning for a top draft pick. You know what I'm saying? But if we lose out, there's gonna be some fans saying like, Chip Kelly and them chose to do that. At least we get a high draft pick. And then there's gonna be some other fans like Chip Kelly sucked. But you're never gonna know what the real plot was from the front office, like whether or not it was just tank the season or not. That's why I feel like if he leaves now, not to say that I want the man fired, I'm just speaking in the sense of Lurie. Like, if Lurie gets rid of Chip Kelly now, like, we could finish out the year with an interim coach. If we lose out, we get our draft pick and we start over next year. But as far as his offense wearing down players, the only players I seen that offense wear down, honestly, man, is defenses. I mean, when we playing a team that's mediocre and we might be winning or we might be, pulling it all together in the second half and we driving downfield, tiring out defenses, it works once in a while. But this is what I'm saying. Like, once he brought his phenomenon offense to the NFL, he had defensive coordinators game planning. Like, they watch the film, they say, okay, this is what we got to adjust to. This is what we got to do, to keep up with this offense. And I mean, he only really tires out other defenses once in a while. Like, it's not really a normal thing like it was when he first came here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think our offense tires out our defense. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like, as far as taking a toll on the players and putting them out of energy, yeah, like our defense, I think playing 40 minutes a game, I mean, and then the practices and everything. Of course, Kerry Williams called them out about this, but now they saying Malcolm Jenkins saying something about it too. But yeah, it's evident, you know what I'm saying? But the only people is wearing out is really our defense. You know what I'm saying? So that just is what it is. David Jansen 14. Will Chip go back to coaching college? If so, where? Man, I couldn't even tell you where. But I don't think he's going back to college now that the Tennessee Titans rumor is true. I mean, not the rumor is true, but now that it came out that that's a possibility, I think he's going to go coach Tennessee. And the funny thing about it was when Tennessee coach got fired, I said, "Oh shit, we might lose this year. Chip Kelly might get fired, and he might wind up in Tennessee coaching Mariota." And that was actually an old rumor that got brought up earlier this year. But I don't think he goes back to college because all the college vacancies is getting filled. So like, either he stays here or he goes to coach Tennessee. But that's where I think he'll end up. I don't think he'll go back to college, especially with the coaching vacancy in Tennessee. Like it's all there for him to just take. But it's business, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things you gotta do behind the scenes to make that happen. So I really think they're gonna strip Chip of his GM job and give it back to Roseman. Roseman's gonna make the decision. J Did 45. If we trade Chip for a first round pick from the Titans, which coach will we get? Man, honestly, bro, if we could coax Bill Cowher out of retirement or Tony Dungy out of retirement, I would be so happy. But those is long shots. If Sean Payton get fired, we should snatch him up. I actually wanted us to hire Gus Bradley because I remember he was the defense coordinator for Seattle, and I said, yo, if he could put together a defense like that, I mean, he could probably be a good, and we almost had him, but then we wound up hiring Chip Kelly. So, I mean, none of these coaches that's available is really good enough in my eyes. I think we need a coach like maybe Tony Dungy or Bill Cowher, maybe Sean Payton if he gets fired. Should I even take John Gruden, man? John Gruden seems like that fiery coach that'd get in the offense ass for playing like lackluster. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm done with the college coach theory, man. Like all these coaches that come from college, the thing about them is they never really establish an NFL reputation to the point where your reputation is bad in the NFL, so nobody's gonna hire you. You can just go back to college and put that in your memory banks. Like, yeah, I had a bad NFL run, but college is where I should be. You know that all that other bullshit they like to talk. But honestly, man, try to get Bill Cowher, try to get Tony Dungy, like try to get a veteran older coach out of retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the only coach I really like, honestly, on the market, like say Jaguars fire Gus Bradley, bring him in. But it all depends on which coach is going to be available. The coaches that's available now, I don't really. Maybe even the Lions coach. I forgot his name. But it all depends. Like I said, it's all based upon who still had a job at the end of the year or who gets dismissed during the season. But I don't know. I think Chip Kelly's going to be here anyway next year. Teddy Diamond. Hold up. Teddy Diamond two polos. What are your thoughts on Chip Kelly as GM? Oh my god, I hate him as a GM. I really do. I really hate him as a GM. Like the moves he made is terrible. The money he gave out is terrible. The smartest free agent signing Chip Kelly probably did was bringing back Brandon Graham and signing Walter Thurman. Maxwell got too much money. Because even if you are like a shutdown corner, like even if you are like you never allow a completed pass all year, you getting that kind of money. You still got the rest of the defense, you know what I'm saying? And you still like say we were still 4-7 and Maxwell was the shutdown corner he was supposed to be. That's beneficial. But what always happens with these shutdown corners is quarterbacks just try to beat them by not throwing to them. You know what I'm saying? Teams throw at Maxwell all the time. So I think he overpaid for Maxwell. I damn sure think he overpaid for Murray. Like, he just gave these guys money. And you got to understand something, man. Like, unless you one player, like the only player on the team that can really make the biggest difference on the team is the quarterback. And that's why quarterbacks get so much money. When you start paying like one cornerback out of an 11-man defense $60 million, like, yeah, he might even be worth it. But it's one player out of the whole defense. So if quarterbacks is gunning against the rest of your defense while this guy just sitting here doing nothing because quarterbacks are scared of him, you just paying him to just take up a part of the field that the quarterback's not even using anyway. So I never understood the theory of, don't get me wrong, you earn that money, you earn it. Like Richard Sherman earned his money. Revis earned his money. You know what I'm saying? And even Maxwell said I was going to the team that was giving me the most money. So it's kind of evident that, like, he came here and didn't visit nobody else. Like, we put up the biggest contract. His agent said, just sign that shit and let's keep it moving. Like, Murray, he probably won't even hit 1,000 yards this year, which gave him $40 million. You know what I mean? Like, his GM moves are just terrible. And you can sum that up to being a rookie GM, but at the same time, like, no. Like, I cannot stand him as a GM. You haven't even adapted to the NFL. You haven't even wanted to adapt to NFL level play as a coach. And they gave you more responsibility. Now you handling the money and the salary cap. I'm not even going to use the excuse that it's too much on your plate. You just a terrible GM. Like, I hated that move from day one. When he signed Maxwell, I said that's too much money. You didn't analyze this guy's career well enough. When he signed Murray, I said that's too much money. You didn't analyze that guy's career. I'm like, you're not even taking care of the players that's going to be free agents that's on your team already, that been in your system, that know about the conditioning and all of that. And then he was going to sign Devin McCourty. And McCourty, I think, wanted $9 million a year. Like, bad GM, terrible. He needs to get that job like stripped of. He needs to get stripped of that job ASAP. Xavier 323. If Chip Kelly stays, what changes would you see him make on the offseason? Well, of course he's gonna change a lot of the players that made him look bad, but at the same time, I really don't see him changing too much aside from the offensive line, because these receivers, I mean, they can grow. But I see him making some roster cuts. But not really too much, man. Like, I see him maybe grabbing some offensive linemen, a mistake he made in the last draft. Because I think 3 of the guys he drafted not even on the damn team no more. Like Brian Mahaley gone. Randall Evans on the practice squad. Ja'Cory Shepard lost for the season. Eric Rowe just like started playing again. Nelson Aguilar. But I think he addresses his offensive line, and he may even address more linebackers. But that's all I really see him doing. Like offensive line, maybe linebackers, maybe another receiver. T-Stop 593. Do you like Chip? And if you don't, what coach or coaches would you like to see us go after? Well, I already answered that. Now I'm saying I like to see us coach out of retirement. I'm dead serious. Like, I would love to see Cowher here. I would love to see Tony Dungy even get hired here. Like, but Sean Payton, maybe if they want to part ways with him, snatch him. I don't really want another college coach, because then you're going to have to deal with the whole process of adapting to the NFL level. Or Gus Bradley. But Gus Bradley, I don't think, going to get fired by Jacksonville. But, yeah. Sean Payton is the guy, man. Like, Sean Payton, or should even get John Gruden. I mean, you never know. This is part 1, though. I'm gonna get into part 2. So I get back at y'all in a second.